It's beer o'clock on Real Craft Beer. Really excited by this beer. It's from the Brussels Beer Project. It's the first brewery in Brussels, I believe, in the last 50 years. A new brewery to open in the last 50 years. In the city of Brussels. We all know Cantillon exists in Brussels. It's been there a long time. But we've now got another brewery in Brussels. When I was there last August, there was just the one. It was just Cantillon. But there was word on the street that they were constructing this brewery, and we just came a month or two too early to try their beers and go and visit them. This is Tante Tatin. It's an apple quadruple at 11.2% ABV. That just looks awesome, doesn't it? It's 30 IBUs. 45 EBC, which is the kind of European equivalent, and it's got juicy Belgian Jonagold apples with a bit of acidity. The yeast is Belgian yeast, and the grain is pale, Cara aroma, amber, and Munich. Looks good, and I got their bottle cap. So a brand new brewery for me from Belgium. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the opening. Beer in the glass then. It's a bottle conditioned beer. You can see, I'm not sure if you can see from where you are, if I move my hands out the way, you can see that yeast flying out of the bottle into the glass. Of course, the brewers in Belgium will not mind me putting all the yeast and bits and pieces in the glass, because that's how the Belgians tend to drink their beer anyway. It all goes in. They kind of shake the last little drop of yeast and throw it in the beer. So 11.2% ABV with an apple acidity. You're not expecting a big head on this beer, so the head's dissipated very quickly. It's a tan coloured, dark, murky, brown, water coloured looking beer. If you want to be kind, you could say mahogany. It's got nice levels of carbonation. Should we get the aroma? Oh my goodness me. Wow, and I thought I'd been there with nearly 3,000 beers. I thought I'd been there, I've tasted everything. There's nothing left to try. And then of course, as it is beer, it throws yet another surprise at you. And this beer is so surprising. You get all the amazing qualities of a Belgian quadruple. All that lovely Belgian yeast. That lovely sticky toffee. Oh my goodness me. Sweetness, candied fruit, and then apple. You get a little tinge of, a little kind of hint of apple in the beer. It smells absolutely fantastic. I'm going to dive in. Cheers. Oh my goodness. That's incredible. That is unreal. That is just too good to be true. How can a beer be this good? 11.2% ABV. This carbonation rolling up the glass. When you put that beer in the mouth, the carbonation kind of just releases on the palate. The beer's light, it's not too heavy. There's a little bit of a sticky mouthfeel in there from the malt. Maybe some sticky apple in there. But, oh my goodness me, where do I start? It's spicy, there's lots of toffee. Candied fruit, there's some plum, fig, chocolate. Oh my goodness me, the spiciness of the beer as well, the spiciness from the hops, and that Belgian funky yeast in there is just... I've never been to the Czech Republic, I've never been to Amsterdam. Amsterdam brew very similar beers to, or very similar traditional beers to Belgium. But I still think to this day the Belgians, when you get a cracking Belgian beer, it's extremely hard to beat. It really is. It's incredibly hard to beat. It's still, for me, in the top 3 beer countries in the world. And when you try a beer like this, an apple quad, who'd have thought an apple quad would have worked? But it does. It's fantastic. It's just incredible. Absolutely. The apple just gives... It's got all the great qualities of an amazing Belgian quad. But then the apple just makes it kind of just turn and go in a different direction. And when something does that, when something kind of moves off the beaten track a little bit, it becomes special when it works, because it's so easy to carry on down that path of brewing a quadruple, a great quadruple, an immense quadruple. We'll brew an even better quadruple, and you're following that style and style and style, and then all of a sudden, as I said, you've just veer off. You put some apples in there and you try something a little bit different, and this has been an absolute, for me, one of the best. This is a new brewery, by the way. I've mentioned this earlier on in the review, but this is a new brewery, and for them to do something like this, to produce probably one of the best quads I've ever tried, or the best quad I've ever tried, is staggering. Should we rate it? That has got everything an amazing quad should have. It's drinkable, yet it's got a little bit of a kind of a medium dense mouthfeel on it. It's nicely carbonated, as you would expect from a Belgian beer. I expect the apples have got something to do with that carbonation. It's got all of the funkiness from the Belgian yeast. It's got lots of that candied sugar. It's spicy, it's hoppy, it's caramel, this fig. It's amazing. This is an amazing beer, and of course that apple in there as well, just to top it all off. I'm going to show you the bottle again, because I think a lot of you beer geeks out there will want to kind of buy a bottle of this and enjoy it. Tante Tatin. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Probably the best quadruple I have ever tried. Thanks for watching. Please comment, please subscribe, and cheers.